Yes, demonstrators are out on the streets again today, in some numbers in the major cities. This does follow a very major escalation of the crackdown by the security forces yesterday, and it's following the same path today. Riot police, with some military personnel supporting them, have been firing off tear gas, stun guns. We're hearing reports of rounds of fire. We don't know if those are rubber bullets or live fire. The protesters are intent on maintaining this momentum. I spoke to people after the crackdown yesterday. We're hearing, as you mentioned, the UN saying 18 deaths confirmed, local media and NGOs suggesting there are many more. They told me they were determined to keep on coming out. They felt if they started to give way now, they would lose that sort of that impetus. They're making homemade body. You can't really call it body armor, but a protection which might protect from rubber bullets, not live bullets, which they're strapping on. They're making homemade shields, which they're symbolically writing people on to contrast them from the police shields, which say police. They're wearing construction helmets, hats, and they're really they are taking preparations. But ultimately they're up against a very major armed police force, which is part of the military structure. So it's very unequal in terms of the strength of the forces in terms of weaponry. But the protesters believe they have the numbers, and they're back out there again today.
A strong and weaponised police force, Philip, and yet we're hearing about one major in that police defecting now, which of course would be a morale boost, if nothing more, for those protesters.
Yeah, this is going around sort of like wildfire on social media in Myanmar. It's been reported by one normally very reliable outlet called Myanmar News, an independent English language outlet. They have a video of this from this police major. Now, he's in the special branch, which is a particularly feared part of the police. And he was saying, I'm changing sides. I can't countenance what's going on. And he said he supported the civil disobedience movement. Now, this is the movement to organise strikes amongst government employees. So far, it's mainly been civil servants, teachers, doctors. But, you know, if a police major has changed sides, then that, is certainly galvanised. The word of that is galvanising the opposition. And I would point out that just a couple of days ago, the ambassador for Myanmar at the United Nations gave a speech denouncing the coup, denouncing his nominal bosses who have since sacked him. So these sort of public displays of support for the protesters are certainly a major mood boost and morale boost as they take to the streets again.
And meanwhile, Philip, Aung San Suu Kyi appearing in court this Monday.
Yes, I mean, her lawyer is reporting this. She was arrested on February the 1st, the day of the coup, in the pre-dawn raids. She has not been seen publicly since then. Her lawyers have not been allowed to meet her in person. But she has been charged with illegal possession of walkie-talkies and being out on the campaign trail and breaking pandemic rules during the November election, which her NLD won in a landslide. She is apparently had another court hearing today. Her lawyers say she looked fine. They haven't met her directly, but they seem to have seen the video. No one else has, so we're going on their word. But they also said, worryingly, that a third charge has been brought against her. Now, this has literally just been happening in the last few minutes. We haven't heard what that charge is, but the military and the security forces have been going through her offices, her political party offices, and her charitable foundation offices, taking away paperwork. And there's a belief that they're trying to build a much more serious case against her, maybe of financial malfeasance or of organising electoral fraud. I would emphasise these will be highly controversial allegations from the military, which no one else is suggesting she might be guilty of. So we'll wait to see what that charge is. But yes, we have at least heard that she is looking okay.
Indeed.